Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the monthly modality message. And happy birthday to our friends, our sun, the Capricorn.
Because the sun has moved into the sign of Capricorn. And so for the next approximate 28 to 30 days, the emphasis is on them. But our modality message is for everybody. It explains what your modality is, what you can use, its hidden powers. So we're going to get right into it, start with the first modality.
Let's get on with it, shall we?
All right.
Well, who's first?
It would happen to be the Cardinals.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn.
And of course, like any modality, there are some positive aspects to their influence or essence, and then there are some negatives. We'll go through the positives. They are the initiators of the signs. They get things started. They're active, quick. They have drive and ambition, vim and vigor, as they say. They're enthusiastic. They have a zest for life. They're clever, and they want to win. However, there are some negatives. They are a bit domineering, self-centered, forgetting about others maybe as they focus on their stuff, and they often don't finish what they start.
One. All right. Let's see what we have for the modality of the cardinal signs.
Card 1 is the primary focus for the month ahead.
And it's the Prince of Pentacles.
Oh, would you be a dear and hit the down key? It's on the... Thank you.
Ah, sure.
And it's the Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's upright. So it's the focus. So as a focus, it says, you know, you're kind of just determined to kind of move cautiously, but consistently towards your goals.
Right. This is, of course, the primary focus for the cardinal signs for the month ahead. And it's interesting to me because it seems as though maybe this is a time of some introspection or some study. You know, this might be a time to maybe analyze things a little bit. This is a time to use your head. This is a time to, but as Mr. O said, it's a time maybe for some slowness. So that's it. Use this time, you know, in a productive way, but by analyzing and using your mind rather than trying to move things along.
Well, what I meant to say was that as a focus, and as a knight, knights are about movement. So it is about moving consistently.
I was thinking of the page.
With caution towards your goal. Well, there are princesses, right? The princesses.
Yes, the princesses are. My apologies, everyone. So let me I'm not done.
Okay.
So let me just refresh this because I made a mistake and, you know, I should correct it. So the Knight of Pentacles is basically, yes, move slow, but deliberately towards your course. Also, continue to be productive. It's not a matter of, you know, you slacking off. It's a matter of slow, deliberate action in order to achieve your goal, whatever it is, in whatever area of your life you're doing. Even in a relationship, you know what? Some people want to move things fast, but this is saying move slow.
All right.
All right, card 2. What role will your interactions with others play in the month ahead?
It's the reversed Ace of Cups.
Wow. So see, I was just talking about relationships with that first card, and we get that. Well, but it doesn't have to be about relationships. What it's saying is that maybe, you know, your interactions with others are causing things to slow down a little bit, causing you to move more slowly. There's been some disappointment, some feelings that, you know, others are not there for you or following through, or maybe even, they're breaking up with you. It could be that serious with the Ace of Cups reversed.
To the degree that some of these relationships might be connected to your goals, maybe not everybody feels you have engendered with them a sense of love of this project or this goal.
Good point.
And so, therefore, that's what your interactions are doing. Is really you're not being perceived as
serious,
sincere.
Yeah, they don't think you're feeling, the mojo, the passion for what it is you want to accomplish. Or, on the other hand, maybe you're dealing with people who don't feel it.
Yes,
that's
of course, that's absolutely
too.
a good point.
So that's interesting.
Card 3.
The opportunities or challenges you may face in the month ahead, and how best you can achieve or accomplish them, tackle them. Well, it's the Queen of Wands reversed. So that's a challenge. I think what this is saying is, look at cardinal signs. You can't, you slow down. You've got to deal with people who may not be as passionate about the project as you, or vice versa. And basically the challenge that you face is being able to, express yourself, being able to be noticed and be seen, being able to be seen that you are the one who can make this work, or that you are willing to work on things and make this work. For example, if it's a relationship problem.
Well, without, good feelings with other people where it counts, you may not be able to be the proper public face of this situation, that maybe there's an opportunity in being able to, look like you really are the charmer here, but maybe you're not able to take advantage of it.
And finally, card 4, how can you use your modality superpowers to best advantage this month? Cardinal signs. This is the 8 of Cups upright. Just leave. Just leave. No.
Well, there's always the idea that, there's something valuable that you need to do about that, whether you are going or whether it's what you take with you in a way.
You have to be the person with the higher standards and the higher, the higher thought processes about this. If others are, not that interested in things, you're the one that has to show them, that this is worthy. And if not, then you're maybe the one who has to just go for it. Just go climb that mountain on your own. Just go take that journey of the 8 of Cups on your own.
That's a good point, because the overall context of this sort of seems like it might be about something that seems to be moving from point to point.
It does.
And so this card really just doesn't suggest it's a complete break. It could just be saying that if there was some mutual shared energies going on here, you might have to just decide to go at your own, as Banshee said.
Well, I think a lot depends on, the actions of the cardinal signs here, or the inactions, as we recap this. And I think I could look at this really 2 ways. I mean, it's either about a goal or objective, or it is about something that may be more, interpersonal or romantic. And, this could be work related. I'm not going to rule that out, because that's sort of what it seems like to me with the Pentacle card in the beginning. But I'm not totally certain, Mr. O.
Are we doing our own...
Well, do you want to do your own and then I'll do mine?
No, I mean, we are in that point though, right?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Well, pick it up.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I can recover everything.
Well, the primary focus for the cardinal signs is to slow it down, to really think about your next moves carefully, but that doesn't mean to not work on things. You still need to work on things. So if this is a relationship issue, you can't just sit back and say, let me think about it for a while, to your significant other. No, they're going to want you to be moving and making actions. What you need to do is think this out carefully as you move. Move slowly, move deliberately, move productively to trying to find solutions. And if this is about a goal, then, as I've said, just move slowly towards your goal and deliberately keep the pace. Pace yourself.
I agree. I mean, I think in the context of what came afterwards, it does seem that way, that, your best course of action is just to maintain the course. You have more to gain with doing that, because ultimately, as you will see, the other factors just sort of prove you're on your own. And that's really the energy of the Knight of Pentacles in a way, is that they are just consistent.
Dependable, consistent, reliable.
So your overall tone this month depends upon you maintaining your composure mostly.
That's a good point. That sums it up quite nicely, whether it's interpersonal or career goal oriented. And so the role your interactions with others will be this month, it looks like there's some friction. There's some, possible breaks here. There's something that seems to be making you or others lose the passion they once had. So if this is a relationship, that's really clear what I'm talking about here. If this is a career aspiration or goal, people or yourself just don't seem as motivated to work on it. And maybe not motivated to work on it together.
Right. It doesn't seem to be important enough to them for some reason. And maybe you're just not able to impress that enough. Maybe you haven't been able to do it yourself. I don't want to put the blame totally on the fact that other people just don't like it. I sort of feel like it was on you to sell that a little bit.
That's a good point. Card 3 is the opportunities or challenges, and clearly it looks like a challenge that you would face in dealing with the situation and how you can achieve or tackle, your goal. It's not going to happen if you kind of just blend into the scenery and try to avoid it. Try to avoid people, try to avoid the interactions you need in order to work things out. You have to be more forward. You have to really show your commitment and your motivation in order to get this off.
You're a cardinal sign, darn it.
That's true.
You can do it.
Turn that darn queen around, I say. Okay. And finally, how can you use your modality superpowers to best advantage this month? You want to go first?
Well, I think your best advantage this month is realizing that sometimes you don't get to take everything you want with you, and you just need to move on and do it yourself. There may be some things that come along with you energy-wise is what I'm thinking. But really, I think the whole process of this month is realizing that you're better off doing whatever this is alone. And this could mean that maybe if it's a relationship, it's either do or die time too, in a way. I think that maybe, things could just go back into that period of cautious optimism that the first card kind of suggests.
Cardinal signs, your positives are, about ambition, getting things started, your quick drive, enthusiasm. You need to show that here. You need to rekindle this project, this goal, this relationship. You need to, take it on a new journal, take it to a journey, take it to a new level. And so a higher level, a higher perspective. And, if anybody can do it, you can. It may require, in a way, this is kind of geared towards you. You're the kind of people who want to initiate something and move to something better. So do it. Move the situation to something better.
Very wise.
All right. Let's move on to the fixed signs.
And I'm crunching on my cough drop. I imagine you probably hear that out there.
Well, I know I have a piece of cough drop left too. Hey, fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This is for you. You've got a lot of positive qualities here. And they include steadfastness, being stable and determined, resolute, self-reliant, forging ahead, calmly working on objectives, remembers those who've helped them, persistence, concentration, powerful yet purposeful, no wasted motions. But on the other hand, there is a dark side. Stubborn, my way or the highway thinking, tendency to get stuck in their ways and believing they are always right.
Shuffle the cards, sweetie.
I will, dear. Bly has my back here. And my water. And I can't shuffle today. No matter what table I use. I've been Christmas baking, so my hands are a little bit... I had to keep washing them. I had flour on them at one point. I had patting down dough.
I'm wearing my comfy snuggle.
You are.
It's all gray and blobby looking, but it helps keep me warm because it's a little nippy up here.
Well, thankfully, we got a warming spell coming in just in time for Christmas.
I see another kitty paddling down the hall towards us.
I understand. It just is what it is. All right.
There's nowhere for them to go.
I know. They'll try.
Okay. Card 1. It's the primary focus once again. Kind of like what's really going on. And I feel them down beneath me.
Yeah, they are.
It's the Emperor reversed. So the primary focus almost seems to be like you have some control or autonomy or overall issues of maintenance to some degree. Like there just are some things that are not maintaining well for you. Maybe there are some specific projects or goals that you should be paying more attention to. A lot of times, you have people to help you, but it's not so clear that, this process is happening.
See, Emperor reversed, the primary focus.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're being nice to your fixed sign friends here.
Go for
I
it.
sense some of your negatives here in this Emperor reversed. Is there a problem here, fixed signs? Do you feel that you're always right and that people have to do things your way? Are you maybe micromanaging things a little bit too much this month? Be careful because you might step on some people's toes. You might step on some more important people's toes too. So you don't want to do that.
Are you done yet?
I am.
Card 2.
Go on.
The role your interactions with others may play or lead to in this month ahead. And it's another major arcana. It's the Chariot reversed.
Okay, the role others will play in this or may play in this. They want to move something. Oh, it's reversed?
It is.
I see. I thought it was upright when you pulled it. Okay.
Well, it almost feels like you don't have enough drive really to get them back on the track. The Emperor sort of implies that maybe, like I said, you have people that help you do things, but if the Chariot reversed is how you interact with them, you're not really either clear or you don't provide a good role model.
Oh, I was just watching Sassy.
I know.
Yeah.
I wanted you to get
you wanted me to interject? Well, it's clear to me that, this micromanaging might make people stall. Or maybe you are micromanaging because you feel people are not moving fast enough. People are not doing what they need to do. They've lost their drive, their motivation, their ambition. And so you're kind of wanting to run the show. But then again, that might be causing them to more dig in their heels. Oi.
So, card 3 then, the opportunities or challenges that you may face in this month ahead.
Another reversal?
It's another reversal. It's the Princess of Cups, and that's the Page of Cups.
Yes.
But it's reversed.
So the Page of Cups is reversed. Well, so the opportunities or challenges. The challenges are focus, 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 You need to focus yourself on what the problems truly are. And as a matter of fact, don't let your imagination get carried away with you. You need to really have a reality check here. Because if you're part of the problem, you may not be seeing that here. And that's the challenge.
It could be, too, that a lot of times you feel you work from an intuitive level, but the opportunity may be that you might have to do things more at face value, and you might have to do things less intuitively, or you're not able to.
Yeah, this is really fitting a pattern too, isn't it?
In a way.
And how can you use your modality superpowers to best advantage this month? Oh, no.
It's the upright Seven of Pentacles.
Actually, that's, well,
it's okay.
It's okay. I think you have to step back. I think you have to pull yourself back out of the situation, fix signs, and really assess it all. Really try to assess it all, because you may be thinking that things are not moving in the right direction. You may be thinking that should I keep going? Should I stop? Is it really going to bear fruit anyway, despite all of this?
Well, there's going to be a bit of a judgment call
Yeah.
here, because you may feel you really are already invested in this. You've seen it thus far, and you feel that way. But on the other hand, if you really look back at things, or at least currently right now, what it looks like is it's really hard to get cooperation where you need it. That's that card. I don't know if we're doing our run through yet, but
not yet. But we go ahead.
But I just sort of feel that's an interactive point there between that. It's not going exactly the way you want.
Here comes trouble now.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's do our. That's
the bad one.
Well, she's welcome.
She is, if she behaves. She just. Oh, there she is. There we go. All right, it's Shadow. We've had all three cats visiting now, haven't we? Mm-hmm. Pretty wild. All right, well, they're interested in the modality. And we didn't shut the door. So, it's true. So, let's go with card 1 here, the primary focus again. And, I do want to say that I'm not sure this probably is more about business and goals that you are working on with others than interpersonal relationships.
Okay.
That's the way I'm kind of reading it. I mean, I see very little romantic stuff here. So.
I agree with that. I think it is more about actual governance that implies, either your job or
leadership abilities
in some way.
So if this is a project you're leading, or if you are leading people, you're an employer, you might be getting a little bit too. No.
Please don't.
Hey.
That's worse.
Shadow, no.
I swear it's worse.
Well, I can't do anything about it.
There's nothing that you need to do.
All right.
She's okay there.
All right. I'm calm. Okay. So basically, this is just a situation where you are maybe micromanaging a bit too much. You're trying to push people, and it could harm you if you're a leader, if you're or even a team captain, something like that, or you're just kind of browbeating coworkers, right?
Right, and it's especially true because that shows really what you're doing with your interactions over there. The Chariot reversed is you're not inspiring confidence at all, and sorry, it seems like you're maybe inhibiting drive itself too. So if you're wanting people to normally innovate a little bit for you, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I feel your interactions with others are related to this in a way. Either you're pushing because they're not delivering, or they're not delivering because you're pushing too hard.
Yeah.
And they don't like it. They're pushing back. There's resistance to moving forward, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's move on here to the opportunities or challenges you might face. And my personal feeling was that maybe you just need to not let your imagination run away with you. Are you pushing them too hard and you don't realize it? Is there reasons that they've slowed down that you need to consider that you're not, that maybe is causing them to slow down, and you might be blaming them or pushing them too hard?
Well, it doesn't feel like an opportunity. It's definitely more of a challenge. And I think it's what you said, but I also think that it feels like... I had it a moment ago. Oh, my goodness.
No. Do you want me to go ahead?
Go ahead.
Well, so that's the challenge. The challenge is clearing your head enough so you can really objectively assess just what the problem is, and not be afraid to admit you may be part of that.
Well, the challenge is basically the disconnection you feel, and I think that's what's coming through the other cards too. But here is where you really think like maybe you realize you can think your way out of this without necessarily having that interaction. So some of that is true. That's where we end up at. But it's the idea that maybe, no, that was actually the last meeting. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But it's similar in the sense that, you know, you may be able to come to that realization that some of this you'll have to go alone.
And ultimately, right, you may have to decide to let it go. You know, you may have to decide that this isn't working. I don't know if that means you're going to let go people if you're a manager, but you might have to let something go. Maybe you have to let go of your hardline attitudes. You need to take an assessment here to decide, is this project going to move forward? Are we all going to be able to work constructively on this or not? And maybe try to look for ways that can bring everybody back to the table in a positive manner once
It's
more.
a real pivot point, I think, because I think it really could go more than one way, for sure. And I think it's really about what you ultimately really want to. Do you want everybody to work together, or do you think that, you know, maybe this is something you can figure out on your own?
Well, good luck with that, fixed signs.
All right.
Well, we're on the mutables now. I'll let Mr. O tell you about the mutables while I shuffle first.
Ah, yes, the charming, charming mutables. It's all mutable, they say. Mutual. Their positives are that they go with the flow. They are adaptable and flexible and versatile. They're highly resourceful. They can change when necessary. They are quite easy to change. They can change, assume various personas. It's like they're the chameleons of the Zodiac.
What?
They're well liked by others. They enjoy learning, playing fair. They're into diplomacy. They're sharp. They're sympathetic. They can kind of see below the surface. They're selfless, and they're quick to help others. But they have negatives, don't they?
There's a dark side, but it's, you know, it's not so dark as it is just, come on, guys. You know, you can only try so much to please everybody. You can't please everybody, so why are you trying? You can be wishy-washy. You can look that way if you try to do that. You're inconsistent. You can be downright duplicitous, and you can stretch yourself snap to the breaking point. We don't want that. Don't be that kind of mutable.
Mr. O is finishing up. And I really do love the deck we use for this. It just seems to be a proper deck, the Celestial Tarot, for the astrology that it gives
One of my decks.
One of your decks.
All right.
Deck the Horse.
Well, we are getting a few pentacles today, I will say that. So your first one, the focus for the month is work, 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 you mutable signs. It's the Eight of Pentacles, upright.
Indeed.
Hard work pays off, you know, one way or another. If you know, even if you don't get the raises or bonuses you feel you deserve, you gain experience and you gain confidence in yourself. And, you know, you could always look for another job, right? With all that experience you're accumulating. So I think the major focus this month is working towards something, you know, important to you, whether it's a personal goal or whether it's certain deadlines that you are facing on your job.
And I think there's an equal part here of something about how it invigorates you, your own sense of self-worth, to think of yourself as a good worker.
Yeah.
But there's also the inverse possible idea that others do notice this too, you know, that whether it's planned or not, there's maybe a mini mentoring aspect too, that people want to emulate what you do.
All right.
So card 2 is the role with will your interactions with others, what they may play in this month ahead?
With your interactions with others, how will it play out? Yeah, that's a good question. And guess what? It's another pentacle. It's the Three of Pentacles upright.
Oh, wow. I like when they come together because a lot of times they do.
So it's clear you're working on a goal, project, or work. You're working with others this month on the job, otherwise, and you might be leading a team. It's possible you are the team leader, or it's possible that you are training people. You have some knowledge that others may need. People are looking up to you. And I feel here that everybody is working cooperatively as a team.
Well, it could very well be some sort of enterprise work kind of related thing here.
Yeah.
But I think it's also good to realize that it's really kind of like a greater than the whole kind of experience wherever it is. There's a real sense of something sort of clicking here and something really magnetic between those two cards. Your interactions really, it's maybe more than mentoring, but it strongly is in a way. It's just a brilliant card here.
Okay, but then why did we get this card? But you know why? Because what is the position again?
Opportunities or challenges that you may face
in the month ahead. Yes, and how can you tackle them? It's the Nine of Wands reversed.
It is, and the Nine of Wands reversed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's interesting is an opportunity and a challenge here. I feel it's a challenge, and the challenge is keeping people from giving up. It's like everybody seems to be working together cohesively, but maybe some are starting to waver. Maybe some want to leave. If you are a boss or an employer or a manager, maybe somebody doesn't feel they're getting compensated enough or getting too much work, etc. It's up to you to try to keep, that team working cohesively together and, taking care of people's needs. So,
well, it may be the dichotomy between being a team player and being the person in charge, and maybe some of that mentoring stuff rubs that way too. It says the idea that everybody can be their own leader, but sometimes you really have to pay your dues more. Maybe that's what this card is about, is saying that, there's a time and a place for everything, but maybe right now is not the time that you're a leader so much. You have to dig in a little bit and be the team player too.
Well, I don't know. That card's about defeat and quitting. And so I'm trying to figure out, I think when we go through it again, I might have a better feel about that. So finally...
How do you use your superpower?
The King of Pentacles reversed.
Oh, boy, there was a lot of pentacles. And, of course, it very much makes it seem like it's business.
Absolutely.
Material matters kind of thing.
Well, you mutable signs, which did we say they were Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces?
We might have. But that's what they are.
That's what they are. You guys, you got a month, you've got a month here at work. And I think with that King of Pentacles reversed, what it's saying here is, again, maybe you're trying too hard to please everybody, to keep everybody on board, which maybe sometimes you have to let some people go, if they're not willing to continue to be team players. I'm beginning to wonder if that's what this is about, because this King of Pentacles here, it's almost as if you too maybe are feeling like less motivated now, or losing some of that drive that you had, here working with others so cohesively. It seems like something is draining you, and it might be the situation with this Nine of Wands. What do you think?
Well, it almost feels like maybe this is a crunch time of a sort here. If it is actual, career work kind of things, maybe somebody isn't pulling their weight in the team and they have to go. And maybe because of their own relationship with you or with the situation, it kind of, makes it hard to deal with. It could be something like that. If it's not exactly work-related, then maybe it makes it even harder, because maybe it's something where the bonds between people in the project are based on different things other than a paycheck.
The table's moving.
That's
and
me.
Sunny's here.
Sunny Bunny.
So yet again, Sunny has reappeared.
Well, we are getting close, so
we are getting close. We're going to wrap it. I have another feeling about this I want to run by you when we go through here, and I'm just not sure why. Well, at any rate, the Eight of Pentacles shows you hard at work. You know, you're getting things done, and that's important. You found you've been able to pace yourself. You've been able to find a great workflow, and you are moving things. You know, which is really good.
Right. It's all about really portraying the right way to do business.
And
really.
that's the theme this month. That's basically your theme. Very business and busy. And so your dealings with others seems to involve teamwork. You're working with others on a project or goal or mission of some sort. It's teamwork.
It's actually an aspiration to do something better in a way.
It seems like it's working, you know, for the most part until we get to here. So what is the opportunity or challenge? I would say it's to not give up. Don't give up on your team. Don't give up on yourself, especially if some people start to waver about, their commitment to the cause or the project at large.
Right. This is a little hard to decipher here.
A little bit.
Because it feels like, there's a reason why maybe not everybody is on board, despite some really good vibrations up here. Not everybody is on board, and maybe that's part of what that challenge is figuring who is the unhappy person who feels like they don't want to pursue this to the end. If it's a career work thing, then maybe you have to, be definitive about how you deal with that.
So don't try so hard to please everybody. Sometimes you can't. And so you have to accept that. And, don't allow yourself to fall into a funk, over this so that you lose your motivation, you lose your drive, you lose the ability to want to win, to want to, achieve success in this situation, which it looks like you and your team was working so hard towards, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
So that's it for the mutables.
That's it for the monthly modality message too. We are done. And this reading, of course, we didn't say it in the beginning. Maybe we did. I don't remember. But it is for the entire month of Capricorn. So it's when the sun turns to Aquarius.
We're at the dawning. I know.
I was afraid to say it because I knew he would do that. I knew it.
I can cut it out if you want.
But at any rate, when the sun moves into Aquarius, we'll be back with the next modality message. So this is how the month in Capricorn season is going to work out. Hey. Good luck, everybody. Merry Christmas. That is just around the corner.
Happy solstice, blessed
and
you.
We will see you for another modality message next year.
Next year. Happy New Year, too.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye for now.